Hey guys, welcome back for another Makeup Monday. Today we're going to go over the Melt Cosmetics 420 collection. I'm going to be keeping it strictly to the makeup products. So I did buy the PR box. It does come with a pipe. I won't be reviewing the pipe in this video, just for the sake of YouTube. If you have any questions about that, feel free to leave me a comment below. The choice that I ended up going with was the Jade Milk option, but I removed it from the box for the video, so it won't be here. If you have questions, just let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, let's get right into it. This is the beauty of the stash box. It's absolutely stunning. It has these like raised leaf designs on it, and it's a really beautiful metallic finish. I adore this. I've been waiting to get into this. I know you guys know that we've been on a little bit of a makeup hiatus here, or a video hiatus in general. But I've been waiting to get into this, so I haven't played with it yet. I didn't cheat this time. And we can get into the inside of the box. Ooh. So the inside of the box, there is one of the press photos printed on the box itself, which looks like you could actually take it off if you wanted to hang it up. It would probably be pretty easy to do so. And it's a really gorgeous picture of Dana and Laura. And then you have the press card as well, which is also basically the same photo. Really pretty. I love the vibe that they went with for these shoots. And then the products on the back, so the palette and the 2 eyeliners. Inside the box, you can see the spot where the bowl should be. Here's where the palette is, and then these are the 2 eyeliners. There's also a drawer in here. If you ordered anything else with your package, they did pack it in the stash drawer, which I think is super cute. And the usability of this box is incredible. I love that they called it a stash box and intend for you to use it, so they made it bigger so you could use it to store things. And I ordered 2 lipsticks, so those are in there. We'll look at those in a bit as well. Okay, so here is the palette packaging. It's beautiful gold. It has this raised design on it. It's very textured. It feels wonderful. It looks very luxurious. And when you open it up, you have the palette, which has this lenticular packaging as well. And this same packaging is inside of the top of the stash box, and it's so cool. And the back of the palette is like this as well, which to me is just, it's such a nifty feature, and it doesn't add any bulk to it. If anything, it makes it feel more durable because the lenticular print is always like a hard plastic. And then you open up the palette, you have the piece of plastic protecting your eyeshadow pans. Now mine did arrive a little bit blemished. You can see there was some fallout all around the pans, but otherwise it's in good condition. The stamping onto the pans is absolutely stunning. I love what they did with this. I think everything looks really great, and this is the only shimmer in the whole palette. Shatter is the only one. Everything else is matte, which I think is so awesome because a lot of melt looks are more smoky and grungy, and you need more mattes to do that. And this palette looks like it would pair really well with the Smoke Sessions palette that from Melt Cosmetics as well. Those colors would complement this really well. I've seen some looks done with the 2, and they look awesome. So I can't wait to play with them and, you know, sort of mix and match. But let's get into some swatches. So we'll start at the beginning with Shotgun and work our way down. I'm going to swatch them on my arm, and we can talk about them as we go. And then we'll get into the eyeliners and the lipsticks that I picked up as well. So let's start with Shotgun. Get a good swatch here, and I'm going to just leave my arm this way for these swatches. So that's Shotgun. Then we have Faded, which I will put right there. Next up is Chronic. That one seems a little bit patchy, but I also did grab a lot more product, so that could be my fault. Next, we're going to go into Roll It. So that's Roll It right there. And then we have Dank. So for the second half, we have Blunt. I like that color a lot. We have Shatter, the shimmer, right here. Oh, that's so pretty. I like that. Then we have Wax. Put that right there. Okay. Then we have Full Melt, second to last shade here. And last but not least, we have Hash. Okay, so here's a closer look at the swatches. Apologies for the inconsistencies in pressure that are clearly my fault, but as you can see, the pigmentation is pretty great on these and pretty consistent. So we'll leave those there. I'll get into the eyeliners now. So this collection has two, a kind of olive green and a brown. These are the packagings for both. I love the gold packaging. It's very similar to the palettes packaging with the raised design and the metallic look. But the print is in the color of the eyeliners themselves. So this is Wallflower, the green, and this is Spliff, the brown. This is what they look like out of the boxes. Super cute. As usual, the colors match the eyeliners themselves, so it's pretty easy to find them in your collection, which I think is really awesome. So we'll go into Wallflower first because I'm actually really excited about this green eyeliner. And I'm just gonna do what I did with the Amor Eterno collection and just like take a small amount of it. So I grabbed just a smidge, and we'll swatch them on the back of my hand since the eyeshadow swatches are still there. So that is Wallflower. And then let's get into Spliff. So this is Spliff in the container. So I'll do the same thing, grab a smidge. It might be a bigger smidge than the first one, and just drag that down. I love how creamy their eyeliners are. Their gel liners are perfection. This formula is everything. And that's Spliff on top of Wallflower. And once these dry down, they're basically completely matte and very long lasting. Like these will wear for hours and hours and hours. If they're anything like the Amor Eterno ones, that is. Which I'm sure they are because Melt has been pretty great about consistency in their formulations. I have not had an issue with that with them. Like their eyeshadow formulas, consistent. Their lipsticks, consistent. I actually just bought, which we're going to go into in a moment, one of their regular lipsticks because I have their liquid mattes, obviously, and they're incredible, but I don't own any of their regular lipsticks, so I picked one of those up just to give it a shot, and we're actually going to get into that right now. So the two lipsticks that I picked up are the color 710 Ultra Matte Lipstick. This is a regular lipstick in a tube. And then I picked up the only color I was missing from their nudes, because when I bought them the first time, I was able to pick up 4 out of the 5. Ginger was sold out, so I finally picked up Ginger to complete my nudes collection. And I'm really excited about this. So the 710 is branded for 420, so it has the little marijuana leaf on there, which my camera's not going to focus on. There you go. So there it is. And let's give this a swatch. Let's get this open. I like the packaging. It's a little bit longer than I'm used to for a lipstick tube, I feel like. Might be normal, but I think the butt of it is shorter. And then it's just a twist up, so this is the full tube. It's a pretty standard lipstick bullet. I like the way that it looks. I like the color a lot, so let's give that a swatch right here next to the eyeliners. So that is 710. It's a little patchy at the end there because my hand, it was bumpy, but that's what 710 looks like. I like it. I don't know if it's like 710, like is it an area code, you know? But it's a cute color. I'm looking forward to pairing this. Obviously, it was one of the recommended items for the collection because of the color scheme. Like, this goes really well with these eyeshadows. So I'm pretty excited about playing around with that one, and I'm extra excited to finally have Ginger in my possession. I love their nudes liquid lipsticks. I don't know why that escaped me. And I also love that they call it liquid set lipstick, which the reason why I like that naming is because of the way that this formula is. It's very liquidy when you apply it, and it dries down pretty quickly, but you have a bunch of playtime, I feel like, because it's so liquidy. So this is Ginger in the tube. And I figured now would be a great time because it would go really well with the color options of this palette. I might need to shake this up more. It looks like it's separated a lot. Like, there's clear liquid up here. So let me take a few moments and shake this up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back after having shaken this up for quite a while. I can't fault anyone at Melt for this happening. This is a normal thing that happens with liquid lipsticks, especially in temperature changes, which has been happening here where I live. Summertime started to spring on its own randomly, so I am totally fine with the fact that it started to separate. It makes sense that it did, so I could never hold that against the lipstick, but it looks just fine. It smells the way it's supposed to smell. So we'll get a swatch of this here. Now, it may still need to be shaken up quite a bit. The reason why it most likely separated is because the temperature changed so rapidly here. It was literally like low 60s maybe, and jumped up to the 80s. So the temperature changes have been a little bit radical right now with the transition of seasons. So it's, it happens. But that is Ginger there, still wet, and you can see it's a little bit streaky, which is why I don't think it's still fully mixed. But I do love the color, and the reason I'm glad I was able to get it is it does look like it would go really, really well with this palette. So I'm really excited to get to play with this. I will be back momentarily with my final thoughts on everything. Okay, I'm back with my final thoughts on the 420 collection. I will definitely say I'm very happy with my purchases. I love the colors and the pigmentation, which is pretty much a given. You can see how the eyeliners dry down. They're super matte. These are not going anywhere. They're completely dried down. I love that. Now, the lipstick is still wet because we just swatched that, but the swatches. I do see some chalkiness here, and this is not just because of how I swatched it, but you can see how the color is a little bit chalkier for these two shades. But for the most part, I think it could just be because it's my skin. I don't prime my skin. I don't put lotion on before I do these things, just to make sure that you're gonna see exactly just how the pigmentation is. So those two could be a little bit chalkier, but I think the pigmentation is there, and from my experience with Melt Cosmetics, I know that it shouldn't really be an issue with blending. So it may just be because it's just my dry skin. I'm going to give that the benefit of the doubt. Otherwise, I do think that this palette can be pretty versatile, especially if you're not someone who does a smoky eye all the time. While Melt is renowned for like wonderful, fantastic smoky eyes, this does have a lot of versatility because there's not so many super dark shades. Like, it's pretty much, this section is kind of dark, and then everything else is pretty like bright. So you can get some really nice, like bright, fun, daytime kind of looks out of it, and then maybe go in and smoke it out, or maybe not even do a smoky eye, or use these as liner or something. There's a lot of different use cases I could see this palette having, which I think is incredible. The eyeliners are 10 out of 10 for me because I'm familiar with the formula. These dried down the exact same way as the other eyeliners, so I know that they're going to work well. And just based off of the swatch, the ease of application was there. So I have no complaints with this collection, thankfully. I hope that you guys found this informative, and I'm going to go get myself cleaned up, but thank you so much for watching the video this week. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about anything in particular about the collection, feel free to let me know down below. And otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much, and I am sending you so much love right now with everything going on in the world. So I will see you next week. Thanks again for watching.